Matt Sager with Great Way Roofing out here to inspect the roof at 5449 on Endeavour Court. Wes accompanied me up to the roof and mentioned that we've got a handful of roof leaks. We're looking at options for a partial replacement versus a full replacement. And so I just thought I'd take a second to run down some of the current conditions, go through some concerns, and we'll wrap up with some recommendations. So we've got a modified minimum cap sheet roof system. It's got good pitch to it. We've got a high point right down the center of the roof, right about here. So we've got water that's flowing down to the parapets over there and back there. We've got a number of drains, a lot of rooftop equipment with the HVACs, solar. We've got curb mounted smoke hatch skylights. I can see prior repairs that have been performed. Overall, roof's going through normal stages of age progression. You can start to see some loss of granules in areas more so than others. Let's see. If we wanted to run through concerns now, that's really it for the conditions. Concerns would be just the amount of solar, obviously. We do not handle solar, so this is a concern, having to coordinate and work with someone that can remove and reinstall the solar. The way they sit on the roof could possibly impact the materials that we would want to recommend for the replacement. The skylights, I'm not sure if each of these have fall protection bars down below. Seeing how their smoke hatch they open. In the distance there, you'll see a building with external cages. That's always an option. However, with the smoke hatch, that's not going to work out well. So we always want to make sure we've got proper fall protection up here. I'll circle back to that. You've got some low spots. There was a repair over here that was performed, but you can almost sense there's a bad piece of plywood beneath that patch right there. Other than that, I don't know that there's many other concerns. I mean, other than the waterways, that's going to be the front side of the parapet and the back side of the parapet. Those are going to take most of the water flow, so the waterways are always an area of concern. Rooftop equipment, HVACs can also be part of water entry, so HVAC units can oftentimes be a concern. I'm gonna move on to some recommendations here. So as far as recommendations, a lot to talk about with a roof this big. If we want to go ahead and just focus on repairs and chasing leaks, oftentimes it's just dispatching a crew out here for a day. If you've got 12 leaks and we find ourselves converting on 6 or 8 of them in that day, we feel like we were a success. I know the goal is always to stop them all, but I don't know the story with how many leaks you have and where they're all entering. As far as partial replacement, I talked about doing that section in the far distance over there where we came up by the roof hatch and following the office space. The only concern I have with that is we always want to start at a high point. And so the high point's going to come back up about here. It almost makes sense to go just beyond the high point. So that way there'd be no question as to if a roof leak entered on this portion of the building. In doing a partial replacement, we've still got to deal with solar because it comes up to the high point over here. And the question would be, obviously, where do we stop? Do we cut around certain panels? Are we focused just on this office space? I do feel this roof is an ideal candidate for the fluid applied acrylic roof system. Something we've specialized in for over 20 years. We've done a lot of roofs in the neighborhood, such as Penlar, many more. This system it's done in 3 phases. It starts with prep, where we clean the roof. We're applying pond patch in certain areas to build up low spots, even like right here behind a skylight. Replacing any bad wood that we potentially think exists. Scraping the seams, air blowing, getting all the loose dirt, debris off the roof. And then we proceed with the emulsion phase, which is measured in gallons per 100 square feet. We spray down an emulsion at 6 gallons per 100 square feet, and then we embed a 40-inch wide roll of stitch bonded polyester fabric. This becomes the membrane of the roof. All the detail work would be done with 3-coursing. We 3-course HVAC units, skylights, and penetrations with elastomeric caulking and a polyester fabric. And it's not until the very end that we apply the elastomeric coating, which is measured at 3 gallons per 100 square feet, done in 2 separate passes. That's a standard 12-year spec, but they also have 15 and 20-year specs. Might be a good time to consider replacing skylights. I see that 2 of them have been replaced with vented skylights. Those are not smoke hatches. So that'd be a topic of discussion. And again, I think that's an ideal candidate for this roof because it is a system that can be done in phases. But we'd also have to discuss the solar and how these things sit down on top of the material. It'd be nice if these somehow elevated or were set down with different blocking system. And I apologize, I've done a lot of talking here, but I hope this is helpful in some manner. And we certainly appreciate the opportunity, and I hope to carry on the discussion. And that's it for now. Thank you, and have a great day.